Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and good evening. I say good evening because I guess it's evening here right now. Anyway, I want to show you what I've been working on. It's been a long time since I've put a video out, and I want to show you the reason why. So I built Silentwisperer's Guardian Farm, and let me tell you, it is amazing. I want to go over some of the things that I did that I think helped make it successful. Okay? Alright, so let's start in. Number one, and I'm not finished with this yet. You can see a few drowns down there, but I've been lighting up the seafloor with sea pickles. Crazy amount. So that helps. Also, see, it's dark. There's a lot of drowns down there. Got a lot of work to do there yet. But this is where my ocean monument was. Now I excavated this probably, I'm gonna say two and a half years ago. This was an original Xbox One map, and I converted it this November and put it on the realm. But I had excavated this ocean monument. Now there was a little work for me to do still, so I'm down here on level 32. So I took it down to level 32, found some slime chunks. I used a fence post because I had more fence posts than I had glass to block the spawns in the slime chunks. Lit up the rest of it. I spent hours and hours. These red squares, those are holes down underneath. There's an abandoned mine shaft underneath here. I filled miles and miles of tunnels with lights. I found little areas where there were witches and skeletons and spiders and whatnot. A couple of spawners. But anyway, I've been lighting up and blocking off all these areas underneath and around. I know you're supposed to go out to 128 blocks. I can't say that I have done that religiously, but I have filled in a lot of stuff. And I have to say the Guardian Farm is extremely successful. Now, one change that I've started making, you'll notice that these are the 3x3. If you look at Silentwisperer's tutorial, he has an addendum to his Guardian Farm, and he shows this is to resolve an issue with the Guardians getting out of these little traps, not going through the portals. They'll end up flopping around on the floor down below. So I started making these 3x3. Whether it will cure it or not, I don't know. I expect that it will. I didn't get a lot of them out, but a few. Seemed to me it mainly happened on, I'm thinking, when the world loaded. When this area loaded in, I think is when they got when they glitched out of the areas, out of the traps. Anyway, let's go up above. Some things that I did. This is y equals 57 is where my spawn area is. Now my platform where I typically stand is up at y equals 170, and that puts me about 120 blocks away from the furthest Guardian spawner. Okay, so that takes me out of range of most of these other areas where different mobs are going to spawn. Anyway, I think that should help. This is my actual center, is right here. Yeah. Anyway, okay, so let's go into this Guardian Farm and take a look now. I built this the way that I did, just to try and maximize the output of the farm as much as possible. Now, I built this thing twice. I built it once. I converted a copy of my map to creative mode and built it in that mode because it was easier, just to make sure it was going to work. Alright? And believe me, it works very, very well. Now, Silent recommended a beacon, and we've got a beacon here. And We've got some of the other members on the realm have been assisting me with some of this. I built the basic farm, but I'm not Mr. Decorator, so I've got a couple people that have been helping with that aspect. All right, now here's our guardians. This thing is, oh, it's very good. I don't have to use. I have the trap doors, but I don't know, these don't seem to knock me back. Now I built mine a slightly bit different than Silent did. He had this block. He did not have these two glass blocks, and then his trap doors were down like that, and I just built mine one block lower on that glass. That's really the only difference. But you talk about getting some experience. This is crazy. Very, very good. I'm very pleased with this farm. Very pleased. See, I was at 31 levels. I wasn't up there very long and got another six levels or so. Okay. We get a lot of drops. I've only had this thing operating for 3 days now, I think, but we're going to be eating fish till the cows come home. We've got a lot of fish. I'm going to have to start going out and getting some lava to fuel the thing. Yep. Okay, so I want to talk about some of the parameters that I used in determining the height of my tower where I stand. Now, like I said, my tower's at y equals 170. So I know some of you probably like math, and some of you probably don't. Well, I'm not going to ask you to do a lot of math, but you may want to use a triangle calculator. Just do a Google search for a triangle calculator. A couple things you have to do. If you look at my pictures, I've got a circle. This is a picture of you can see the nether portals and the water layout. So with me being in the center of the monument, the furthest guardian portal from me is 37.5 blocks. So we're 59 blocks each direction, side to side, and top to or front to back, side to side, 59 blocks across for the monument. So half of that is 29.5. Well, the guardian portals are 3 blocks in on each side, so that's going to put the furthest one from me, if I'm standing in the center, at 26.5 blocks, say down, and 26.5 blocks over. So the hypotenuse of the triangle, side C, is 37.5 blocks long. And you can calculate that using your Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. So you take 26.5 squared plus 26.5 squared, and then you take the square root of that, you come up with 37.5. So that's the distance C. Now in my next diagram, for the height of my tower, I show that B, I use that 37.5 number for B. That's how far the center is to the furthest guardian spawner. Okay, now I know my maximum range. The furthest I can be away from a spawner and still have it produce is 128. So I set C to be 128. And that gives me a formula. I need to calculate A. A is going to give me how much height I add to the level that my spawners are on. So to get A, I'm going to take C, 128, I'm going to square it, minus B, 37.5, I'm going to square that, and I'm going to take the square root of that, of the difference of those, and I come out with 122 blocks. Okay, so then my spawners are at 57. 57 plus 122 is 179. So technically I could stand at exactly 179 on the exact center, and all of the spawners would work. But just to make sure, to give me a fudge factor, I moved my platform down to y equals 170. Okay, and that, what that does is that should make anything that is beyond that range should despawn. Obviously, we know there's some technical reasons why certain things don't despawn. I think drowns that are in dark areas, that's why I'm lighting that up. And some mobs that are trapped in small areas, some things like that don't despawn. But regardless, my platform at y equals 170, I don't have to worry about other mobs spawning on islands around me, here, there, everywhere. Okay? So that's why I selected that, and I think it really helps. And I'll show a video of like a 5-minute spawn, or letting the mobs, the guardians, spawn for 5 minutes and let you see what kind of output I get. Okay, but I just want to say this this whole farm, it's been quite an experience. I've wanted to build one for a long time, and it's been quite an experience, and it really works great. I highly recommend building it. Even solo you can get enough levels to do what kind of enchanting you want in a very short time. Doesn't take hardly any time. You can stand outside for, up on my platform, you can stand on my platform for like 5 minutes and you can get 30 levels or more, and then you can come down into the when you come down into the spawner, we've got an enchanting room down here, and you just come down here and you enchant to your heart's content. Get down below 30 levels, you come back and you whack a few more guardians. So it works great even solo. The only thing is you have to be very careful. If you go up on that platform and you forget about it and you stay up there, you know, who knows, 20 minutes, you're going to find you may crash the server, you may crash your realm. I stayed up there for 20 minutes and I came down, and it was very painful moving and getting down here to where I could even start killing the guardians. So you have to be careful, and I don't recommend staying up there. If there's 2 people, one in the nether and one in the overworld, then that's fine. The person in the nether can just kill them, you know, to keep the lag at a minimum. But yeah, if you're doing it by yourself, don't stay in the overworld too long, because you cause yourself a problem. Okay? Alright. Alright, guys and gals, so you saw that in after waiting on the platform for 15 minutes and then coming down here and whacking the guardians, we went from 0 to 50 levels. I think that's pretty sweet, honestly. We got a lot of drops. We've been running this thing now, it's been going for 3 days now. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I gave one stack of sea lanterns away, so we've gotten like 9 stacks of sea lanterns and various other prismarine blocks and stuff. We have gotten so much fish that I've got pretty much, I've got three chests almost full, 3 doubles almost full, and more that we're cooking still. I've temporarily run out of coal. I got a little bit of coal, but I'm going to save it and put some lava in there. So we're getting a lot of drops out of that besides the experience. We built an enchantment room down here. We pillaged a bunch of strongholds and got a bunch of bookcases and tried to pretty this up, but most of these books I have enchanted off of the experience of this farm. There were probably one single chest full, and the rest I've enchanted down here in the last 2 or 3 days. So lots of enchantment levels. I guess we could calculate that if we wanted to, but I don't want to. Anyway, you can see that that we're getting a lot of experience out of this farm. It's really been great. You know, I had a triple spawner that we've been using, 2 cave spiders and a skeleton, and I thought it was pretty good until I built this, and this is just amazing. It just knocks everything else, you know, knocks it out of the ballpark. I did not know that a console spawn trap could be this effective. It's just a really great trap. Okay, so I highly recommend building it. I built the thing twice. I built it once in creative mode just to make sure it was going to work, and when I saw how well it was going to work, I came to the realm and built it here on the realm. It's just an amazing addition. Makes getting levels and enchanting things much less tedious. Even with the triple spawner, this is so much better. So much better. It continually amazes me. Very pleased with this. So yeah, all my guardians come out right here, drop into the lava, just like Silentwisperer's tutorial. I'm really not going to go into the build much because he's got a great tutorial on building it, and my purpose is not to you know, circumvent that or go around it or anything. He gives you all the details. I'm just showing you the things that I did that I believe made it work, and I really believe that clearing out the tunnels underneath and around the monument was helpful. Continuing to light up the ocean floor with the sea pickles, building the platform up high enough to get out of the spawn range of most mobs. All of those, I think, help make this a very successful farm, and I'm just thrilled to have this on the Xbox and on the Realm. It's just great. So okay, all right. Thank you all for watching. Take a risk. Take the risk and build this thing. It's really amazing. Awesome farm. Just don't stay up on that platform too long, or you may find you've got problems. I hate to hear of any of you having to restore your realm from a backup or something. Okay? All right. So take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Have fun. Have a great day, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. All right. Take care. And I highly recommend building this spawner. You get lots and lots of experience.